Hello and welcome to another quick tutorial from EPOS. Today I'm going to show you how our new Mailchimp integration works. So what I'll do is I'll sign myself in, and then I'm going to go to Customers and Marketing and then nip over to Marketing Campaign. This is where you generate all your lists. But what I'm going to show you today is the Integrations tab here. So if I click on Integrations, this then opens up. So obviously we want to talk about Mailchimp today. So we'll click on Mailchimp. And then this is what you get. Now, to actually pull all your lists from your actual Mailchimp account, what you need is an API key, which you insert into here. Now, I'll show you how to get that now. So what I'll do is I'll nip over to my Mailchimp account. Okay, as you can see, I've got one audience here already sitting there. So what I need to do, ideally, is go over to here, then go to Account, and then go over to Extras, and go to API Keys. And then what I need to do, I need to create a key down here. Then when I created it, it creates this line here, and this is the information you need to take and pull off it. So what I'll do is I'll just copy that information now. Copy that. What I'll do, I'll just nip it back over to my audiences now. So I've only got one audience list here called Primary EPOS Support. What I'll do is I'll nip over here like so. And then what you do is you literally just throw it in there like so, and then you click and save there. So what I'll do is I'll just throw there, click save. And then what you do is you just log out, log back in again, and then what that will then do, it will start pulling in your lists. And then as you can see here, it's already pulled them a list from Mailchimp already, so that's my Primary EPOS Support list I just showed you before. I can also, from this menu here, I can actually set one of those lists to become a default list for any new customers you sign up within your EPOS that goes straight into that list, straight onto Mailchimp straight away. And literally all you need to do is literally just click on this button here. I've already clicked on it, but I'll just unclick that. Then I click on selected, like so, and then what that will then do will become the default list for any new customers. So what we'll do is we'll have a little quick check of that, shall we? So nip onto there, and then what we'll do is we'll exit from here, and then nip over to my sales screen, and then let's just create a new customer, shall we? Okay, so let's just throw in some details here. So let's go for James Jones. Let's just throw a mobile number in there just for the fun of it, and then just throw an email address in here as well. So we'll go for James Jones 2020 at gmail.com, for example. Okay, throw that in there like so, and then what I'll do is I'll press accept, and what you'll see, it'll pop up here, it'll say that's going to insert that into the actual list. So press accept, boom, throws it under that list. So let's have a little quick check then of my actual Mailchimp account, shall we? Okay, I've got 73 in there, so what we'll do is we'll do a quick refresh. And now I've got 74. So let's just click on the actual list itself. And there you go, there's my new customer thrown in there straight away, and then you can straight away market to them and send them emails via the Mailchimp client straight away. So let's have a little bit more of a play around within the actual integrations, shall we? So let's nip back over to it. Click on integrations, nip onto Mailchimp. Right, okay, so that's the setup and installation there, no problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on customer lists here. Now, this shows you all the lists from Mailchimp. Obviously, I've only got one, so I click on that. I can actually click on View Audience Members. What that will then do, it will pull all those audience members and throw them all into here. So let's just see if I can see my James Jones. There you go, there's my James Jones right there. So I can actually see all those people in there. Also in your EPOS lists as well, same thing. So I've already got a couple of lists here already populated. What I can do from here is I can move any one person or selected people from this particular list into another list within Mailchimp, or I can physically create a new list and import the entire list over as a new one. Now I'm only allowed one list, so what I can do is I will, for example, let's select on, say, those there like so, and then we'll go to add selected members to a Mailchimp list, and then I've got one, so I'll select on that one, click OK, and as you can see down there, it starts to import them. Cool, and it's telling me that 4 have uploaded and 2 have failed. So that basically means that there's some information within that customer that is either not valid or there's a problem with it, it's not being filled out. So quick way, an easy way of doing that is you can actually check your log file here. So if I click on logs, I can actually see what's going on basically within this this new dashboard. So if I have a little quick look to see if there's anything in here that's interesting, so let's go on refresh logs and let's have a little look, see what's going on. Okay, it tells me here. So there you go. So it's telling me that this person here didn't have a valid email address. So that's the reason now why that one failed. And then this one already exists in my list as well. So that's, they haven't bothered putting that in. So that's the reason why those two have failed, basically. So it actually tells you the ID is, so you can have a quick check on that and see what's going on, why they haven't got a valid email address. And obviously that one already exists already within that list, so it's not going to add it again. So it's another nice little quick, easy way you can actually see what's going on and find out why things might not be working, and obviously correct them as well. So that's a nice little overview of the logs. That shows you quite easily. The reports at the moment is still coming soon, so bear with us on that one. So if I go back to customer list now, what I want to do, I want to create a list. I want to move one of these lists and say I want to basically create it on here effectively. Now I'm only allowed one. So what I'll do is I'll just close it from here now, exit from there, and I'll go back over to my Mailchimp. Right, so what I want to do is, what I shall do is, sorry, go back to my audience. Manage, let's view my audiences. Okay, let me just click on there, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to delete that. Okay. Be good if I could spell right. There we go. Delete. Boom. So I have literally I haven't created any audiences whatsoever. Obviously, if you do have a more upgraded account on Mailchimp, you can have a lot more audiences. But I'm only just doing this literally just for testing purposes. So if I nip back over and click on integrations, go back to my Mailchimp and go to customer lists. What I want to do is I want to, for example, this one here, like there's a load of people here I want to be able to throw onto my new Mailchimp list, for example. I'd effectively want to create a new list audience effectively. So if I create a new one, and then I can actually call it something. So I'll call it the same thing as I called it on my other one. So over 50 in the past 6 months, and then you need to give it obviously permission, reminder, reason why you have this details for obviously data protection reasons. Obviously I'm just doing it for testing reasons anyway, and all the information is junk information anyway. And then obviously I've got the campaign default as well. This is very similar to what you'd have to import when you actually make a new one on Mailchimp. So from I'll just put Premier EPOS, and I'll do the same there, and then just do test there, no problem, and then I'll click on OK. Okay, so error creating list. Okay, let's have a look, see what that actually happened there. So let's refresh that log and see what's going on. Error campaign people. Right, okay, so there you go. So there's me rushing and realizing I actually have to put an actual @ symbol in there, so that's my bad. So I'll go back up to this. So again, ways of actually getting around to actually see what the problem was, so you can actually get around it. So let me do that again, shall we? Testing, right, let's make sure I can actually get this done correct this time. There we go. Now it's created there for you. So now I've got a list on there, a blank list on there, and now I want to basically add all these members into that list. So that's add all members to the Mailchimp list, and obviously another way of doing it, you can actually do it, create it yes straight away, or you can physically just say no, I want to add it to a list already in there. So you can actually jump that little add create new audience strict list option straight away. But what I'll do is I'll go to no, because I've already got an existing list now. So I click on no, selects them all, go for that, and then it'll start going and putting all the 317 users within my EPOS onto a new list within Mailchimp. And as you can see it ticking on down there, no problem. So it's going through, and obviously it will tell me if any errors, but we know there's going to be 1 or 2 in there, because some of them don't have valid email addresses and what have you, because again, it's all just junk information for me. And then that's literally it. That is it in a nutshell. There are going to be more, obviously, report section on here as well, so you'll be able to actually see some of the reports you'll be able to see from the actual Mailchimp. But that's the easiest and best way you can start pulling information straight onto Mailchimp, and you can start getting those mass emails out and get your marketing sorted. So there you go. I do hope that's been useful. Thank you much for watching. Check you out next time. See you now.